You need that Elon Musk Wi-Fi, don't you? Still, might be the next upgrade.
After being in Yorkshire, like I uploaded. What did I upload? I think I was just uploading my beats and scheduling them, out for the week. And normally I'd have to just drive around to my mum's because hers is like slightly better than mine, and then upload everything, and then drive back, and even that would take maybe
so
like
long.
an hour and a half. Yeah. But as soon as I was uploading it at that Airbnb, the house sitting thing, and it was like seconds. I was like, oh my god, I need this. I need this so
Yeah,
bad.
we could take good Wi-Fi for granted at times until it's like you and you're struggling with Wi-Fi, and it's like, man, I'd do anything to just get some fast upload speeds.
Yeah, literally. So I'm very, very, very tempted to do it now. Just bite the bullet and do it, because it's only like, it's just a bit of a payment up front. It's like 300 and something, and then once you've got granted it's a little bit more expensive, but there's no contract, and it's more it seems to be more consistent, for everyone that I've seen use it. So
what's it called again? Is it Starlink or Skylink or
Starlink? I think
Starlink. Yeah. Have you ever seen them in the sky?
No, I haven't. Have you?
Have you not? Yeah, we saw them. It was weird. I was talking to Kira about it, and as we were talking about it, we saw it in the sky. It's just like it's like a line of lights. It looks a bit trippy because it just looks like stars. So it looks like a line of stars, but it's actually whatever it is that's flying around. Like, it's not. Is it like satellites? I don't even know how it works.
Yeah, I don't either.
So
I
they're
think
just constantly traveling through, but then they're going to have like thousands in there, are they?
Yeah. Well, I was listening to Elon's podcast with Joe. He went on recently, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking about, because they've got so many. Apparently, they take up like 95% of the satellites in orbit. Like, they own like so many up there. They've got like say thousands. And they were talking about UFO sightings, and he said, first he's like, I don't believe it, because there's never been a HD picture of one, and cameras have come a long way since they first started posting those pixelated pictures. But then he was like, second of all, he said the amount of times people call in, they say, oh, we think we've seen something like a UFO, and he goes, yeah, was it in this position at this time? And it was like, yeah, that's us.
Yeah, I bet that happens to so many people, because if you don't know, not everyone knows what it is.
Yeah.
Hey, here he is.
Yo. What's good, bros?
Think to make the
all
boys
good,
win.
Man. How you doing,
all
man?
good, bro.
Yeah, all good.
Sorry to get you guys up early. Well, it's obviously not early for you, Ocean, but yeah, I thought I thought I wouldn't have a chance to do it. Definitely not at 10, so.
Is it the wedding you're going to in Scotland?
Nah, I'm meeting someone to do. I'm getting the screen changed in my car, but the guy's based in Edinburgh. I've been trying to get it for so long. It's just because my car, like the year it doesn't have like Apple CarPlay and stuff. So I found a guy that can like replace the whole screen, and you get like a wider screen, like Apple CarPlay, and all these other like nice features with it. Like you could watch Netflix on it if you wanted to. It's pretty cool.
That's sick.
But just so so you don't have to use like maps on your phone and constantly look down at your phone to use the maps and everything. You can just use like Waze and Google Maps and everything directly in the car. So yeah,
that's good.
I bought that. I had to pre-order it a while back, and then he's based in Edinburgh, but then my cousin's based up there as well. So I'm meeting the guy this afternoon, and then I'm just gonna stay at my cousin's and do something tomorrow as well.
Nice.
So this is the only guy that can do it. He's all the way in Edinburgh.
I've been trying to find someone more local. I found someone in Manny a while back, but he stopped doing it for some reason. So I think they have ones in London as well. But yeah, this guy's he just looked the most legit. Like his page is just like full of him all the time, just replacing stuff. Some of them look a bit dodgy, but this one looks like fully legit. So he's got like 4 guys. One of them's in Edinburgh, one of them's in London, I think, one of them's somewhere else. But I thought it makes sense to go up there, because then I can see my cousin and shit as well.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, you've been on LB.
No, but just editing really. I'm trying to up the YouTube stuff, so just put more attention to it and try and get things rolling again. So yeah, just been doing that really. I filmed yesterday. I'm doing a video for the FL Cloud collection thing.
Yeah.
I think you did one, didn't you, Jay, a little while ago?
Yeah.
So
When did it first drop, FL Cloud? I feel like it's been out a little while now.
What is that?
Couple
Like
years,
the
maybe?
plugins kind of thing.
it's like Splice, but built into
Inbuilt.
FL. Yeah.
Okay.
It's been a while, isn't it? I think it's been at least a year or two that they've
Yeah.
had FL Cloud.
Mhm.
But they're pushing it a bit more this year, so I'm assuming they would have emailed the other guys as well to make it like, basically you just go into it, make a collection of sounds. You don't have to make anything. You just sort of curate a list of sounds that you like, and they put your sort of like your face on the front of it and advertise it. So just working on that, and then so I did like a remix video. That's the beat I sent in the group chat,
Mhm.
and just been doing that really, just YouTube stuff. How about you?
Oh, so that remix is for the video using FL Cloud.
Yeah, just like used a bunch of the
Right.
sounds from the collection in the beat. But, yeah, Ocean, you might like it. I did like a switch up into like EDM house like halfway through.
Nice.
Yeah, it took fucking forever, but it was good though. It turned out alright.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'll take a listen. Yeah, I saw your text. I was out last night.
Oh,
So
nice.
I've got like a 4-hour drive after this, so I'll whack it on in the car.
Appreciate that, man. Yeah. What you been on, Ocean?
Just been this week. It took me a while to edit a video. It took me like a few days too long.
Mm.
So a lot of my time was spent on editing this week.
Right.
By the way, your mic
What's-
seems quite low. Do you want to turn your mic up
let me
a
turn
little
it
bit?
up a bit. Is it okay now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I spent a lot of time editing and just kind of settling in again. I feel like whenever I go away for a bit, it takes me a week to adjust.
Yeah, I
So
heard
now
that.
it's been like a full week I'm back, more or less. So I'm just getting into the flow of things again.
You're back in your normal routine, like gym and everything.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty
Mhm.
much. Just, I had mad, I don't even know if it was jet lag, but I just wasn't sleeping properly.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I've just been trying to adjust back to it, basically. Get my sleep back on point.
Yeah, it can take a while, can't it? It can really throw you off.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's been 6 hours as well. It can be a big like change in the routine as well. So yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
I always get this crazy jet lag coming from west to east.
Yeah. Yeah, I
It
heard
takes
that.
a while. So yeah, hopefully by next week, like I'll be bang on it again properly.
What's the video
Back to
you're
it.
editing?
This one is remixing the Spotify top 10, but
Mm.
I've remixed the Billie Eilish song, you know, The Birds of a Feather.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's sick. How did it turn out?
I think it turned out good.
Nice.
So was someone spinning a track of yours?
Yeah, so I went to an event yesterday. It was like a speed garage event here.
Right.
Speed garage DJs. So one of them played my stuff.
That's sick.
Nice. How did the
What was
crowd react?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask.
It was alright, but I noticed straight away, damn, I should have got it mixed and mastered.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
You
it was
noticed
just
that in
my
the club?
basic mix. Yeah,
Mhm.
straight away. I know, like, usually my basic mix and master is good enough.
Mhm.
But then when you hear it on, like, massive good speakers, you can really hear, like, too much of something.
Right.
Maybe this is just me speaking as a producer.
Yeah, I
but
wonder if anyone else noticed anything.
Probably not.
Or if they felt
Probably
it.
just me. But I feel like if you do get the mix and master as good as
Yeah.
you can, yeah, it will just hit better in the speakers.
It's one of those things that probably works subconsciously. Like, people don't know what sound. They might think something's off, or they might not
Mhm.
fully vibe with it or something, but they just don't know what it is. Or they
Yeah,
might not
they
even
can't
know
say
that
what.
there's something. Yeah.
I was actually
Yeah.
speaking to a producer. Do you know Redfern?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So he was telling me sometimes he likes to cook up with a friend of his who doesn't do any music production whatsoever, but is just a fan of like house music and going out to raves and stuff. And he says
Mhm.
like he has a good ear because he can just know like, yeah, this feels right. No, this doesn't feel right. He can't
Yeah.
tell him exactly what. Like, oh, you need to feel this. You need to fix this chord. Or nah, this vocal's not sounding sick. But he can just be like, yeah, this is it. Nah, it needs a different something. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah, I
Probably
guess
the
that's
best ear
good.
to
Yeah.
have, isn't it? Yeah, because like we'll listen to things and all we can think about is all the little minor details, like, oh yeah, maybe you need to sweep the EQ curve. It's like, who gives a fuck about that, really?
It's true.
No,
Sometimes it's
true.
hard to step back and get out of producer brain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then also I noticed with artists as well, they do the same thing. They hear nothing but their voice. And they do the same thing, like, you need to put some more reverb, or it's not sounding right, you need to
Put my vocals up. You turn it up.
Yeah, turn the vocals up. Did you see that meme? There's a guy in the studio, like, stood next to his engineer, and he was like, I think we should put my auto-tune in C minor. I sound better in C minor. He's like, yeah, but the song's in E minor. He's like, okay, well, leave that one on there, but then put another auto-tune and put that one in C minor. You're just fucking with him. But I was like, yeah.
But you
so
know
true.
what? Sometimes, artists will tell you something that you think, this is impossible, this is not right. But then somehow it just works. They know their voice so well.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I guess you could put like an out of key auto tune as the first one, and then put another one to send it back in tune. So then it's like fucking itself, but then corrected itself. So then you get this like double auto tune effect. It's like, who knows?
Who knows?
That's only something you find out when you've really been sitting down and just tweaking presets. With your
Yeah,
voice.
of course.
Yeah.
Do you ever go through those stages where you just do the most like random stuff just to experiment? Like, you'll just do something completely out the box. It'll be like, let me throw halftime on the master. Let me throw, like, I did it in one video once. Do you know Effectrix, that like multi-effect plugin where you can add like reverse shit and reverb delay and everything? I threw that on that 808 one time, and there was like one little section that sounded sick. It like reversed it. I was like, that one part sounded crazy. I left that in the video, but got rid of like the reverb and delay, and people were like, yo, that's sick. I use that as like the thumbnail as well, like Effectrix on the 808, because then it's a bit of curiosity. And it actually
yeah. That's sick. Yeah, I think that's good. I think it's, we don't experiment enough sometimes. You know, we're gonna get stuck in a routine of just knowing what works. But sometimes, just trying something random every now and then is good. Like,
but my ratio for that is terrible.
That's the problem.
It's like 1
in 20 times it's gonna work.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah. But that one that does work, it's like groundbreaking stuff.
I guess there's some sauce in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember a while ago I was just doing the same thing, just trying to fuck with it as much as possible. And I made a melody, bounced it out, and then reversed it, bounced it, just like a load of random shit. But then I was like, let me just try and pitch it up by like 40 cents. You know, like on FL where you turn it to stretch, and then you can turn the amount of the semitone value up, and then you can just pitch it up by that amount in the dialog box. I just yanked it as high as it'll go, and then pitched it all the way up, and then I did like 3 half times to see what it sounded like. It sounded quite cool. Just give it like a cool texture.
Yeah, that's stuff.
This is how we start the wave, innit?
Of course.
Yeah, that's it.
Do you remember
Pitch up by 90 cents.
Do you remember when the box came out and there was the reverse 808? Well, actually, I don't know if he reversed it. I think
it was just gliding into itself.
Yeah.
Like he had like
did he not chop it and then make the velocities go up?
It was something. It was one of the two. He never gave it away, I don't think, because they broke down the beat and he was like, I can't give this a bit away, but I'll just show you the basic 808 pattern. So everyone was like,
I thought he did give it away, but he was saying like, oh, people aren't ready for this, or people don't know about this, or something. Like, I remember it being like, like really like happy that he's like done this, but people had already been doing that.
I felt like once he done it though, for a while everyone was just reversing their 808s.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, me included.
There's a way in FL where you basically just take one note and you bring the velocity all the way down, and then you create a slide note with the velocity all the way up and just layer it on top, and then it just kind of rises into itself. We'll have to watch the video and see like which process it was. I thought it was that, because I do that a lot as well, to be fair.
I actually thought it was an 808 roll.
Chopped. Okay.
And then you put the velocities going up, so it's like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen you do that quite a lot as well, Ocean, actually.
I used to do that back in the day,
yeah.
Because there's no way to glide in Logic the way how you can glide in FL Studio. I wish we could do that kind of stuff, you know, where you're saying put it on the MIDI note and have it glide into itself. We can't do that.
Right.
The glide is not on a MIDI.
I could always tell when someone made a drill beat not in FL.
Yeah.
Just for the slides, because...
The slides,
Yeah. The slides just sound so different in other DAWs. But I think it's because in a lot of DAWs, you can control the slide length, but you'd have to do it for each you'd have to like duplicate the sound, wouldn't you? So can you like set the glide length, but then you can't set the glide length for individual notes.
Yeah,
it's
not
just
individually, it's for the whole thing.
So when I'd hear beats, I was like, oh, the glides just sound the same throughout. So I'm like, I could tell it was like a Logic one or a Ableton one or something.
Do you know Hargo Productions?
Yeah.
So he uses Logic, and he was the first person that I saw who would do 808 glides without gliding 808s. He would just raise them up an octave, but somehow it would just go into itself, which is crazy to me.
What he'd have like one long note and then put a short note on top of it, or you mean like just like a short note and then the next short note is just up an octave?
Okay, I don't want to butcher it because it's been, when I was in that session, it was like 4 years ago or 3 years ago now. But I think what I saw is, instead of, in FL, you have it just like one on top of the other and you glide in. I'm pretty sure I just saw it was like bam, 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 with short attacks.
Okay, all separate notes.
Oh, short attacks. Oh, okay.
I think so.
I guess that would work, yeah.
But it doesn't,
the exact same
nothing
sound,
glides as well as FL. FL's got that unlocked for sure.
Yeah.
But that's been around for a while, hasn't it? Yeah. It's not even like a new feature. That you'd have thought with like the Logic update that was fairly recent, you would have thought they would have added that. And same with Ableton.
I wonder how closely these companies work with producers, or whether it's just like all the programmers get together. You know what I mean? Because it's like, honestly, you have all the software developers, but then you get real feedback from people like us who need certain features.
Well, I was watching a video of Bolo, the producer. I don't know if you guys seen him on YouTube. But he made a great point where he was saying that FL Studio has a really good community. At NAMM, he was saying that there was tons of producers who were at the FL booth, and it was a lot of young producers as well.
Yeah.
And I think probably FL listens to their customers a lot more. They're probably constantly getting feedback. They're really in the community, whereas...
Yeah, we get a lot of updates as well.
I'd love to say the same thing for Apple, but I don't know anyone who's worked with Logic, really. That's in hip-hop or... I know... what's their names? Take a Day Trip.
Yeah.
But only them. Like, I haven't seen any other... I haven't seen a community for Logic Pro, really.
Yeah, I can't say I have. I'm just not... See, I just thought I'm not really tapped into Logic, so I don't really follow it like that.
An Instagram page.
What about Fred again? Does he have any kind of deal with them? Because he uses Logic, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Who, sorry?
Fred again.
Yeah, he uses Logic.
But never done anything with them.
Yeah, is he only...
I don't even see an official Logic Pro page.
Damn.
Whereas there is an Ableton, there is a FL. They're just more tapped in, probably.
I wonder how big the Logic team is, because obviously it's just a small subdivision of Apple, isn't it? Like, it is Apple that made Logic, right? So, with how many things they've got going on, I wonder how many people are dedicated to Logic on that team.
True.
Because even ImageLine's quite a small team, I think. But because that's their only thing, it's just like, just FL Studio, like everything associated with that.
Yeah.
They're just way more dialed in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 100% music in it with ImageLine.
Apparently with Logic, though, it was its own thing, and it was bought by Apple in 2002.
Oh, okay. Right.
And renamed to Logic Pro.
Right.
So, who knows if they still got a team or not.
Yeah.
Yep.
But really and truly, yeah, all these DAWs have to do... Every single one of them just has to make minor adjustments, and they become the best.
Yeah, if they listen to the community, even listen to other communities, like if you were working in Logic and you know that there's tons of people out there who just love FL, surely you'd be like, why does everyone like FL? Let me tap into the community, let me see what people are saying, and then you'll find, oh, people love FL because of the channel rack, because of the drums, the piano roll, the soft clipper in there, the way you slide notes, and it's like, all right, maybe we need to step up our game like that. And then same with ImageLine, they might look at even Logic and be like, you know what, Logic's actually sick for mixing, how can we get a similar approach to make it more industry standard for mixing as well? as beat making.
Maybe they're just all working on their USPs. I don't know.
True.
I mean, they're all working heavy on AI. I said this before. They love going for these AI features, which is nice.
Yeah.
But it would be great if they could just nail these little things.
Little things, yeah. I feel like FL could fix it so easily. You just have like an option in where you go to file and then just put session type and just put recording. Just click recording, it just switches the whole layout to like to basically just looks like Logic, but with like an FL skin over it. You know. That would be like.
When I mean, it sounds easy. You know, when we went to NAMM, we met Murder Beats. There's a guy that works with him called Cheese. I didn't know who he was, but apparently he's I think he's like I don't know if he's I think he's an engineer. I don't want to like butcher it because I know he's done a lot, but you know when you open FL and it gives you the option to start an empty template, or there's one for like vocal template, I think is one of the options. So they hired him to do that vocal template. So he was asking us when we were there, when we met Murder, he was like, let me ask you guys, do you use the vocal template? And we're like, nah, never really clicked on it. And he was just like, man, design that whole thing, because when I'm working with artists, it's like producers always knew how to use FL, but they didn't know how to use it right for recording vocals. So I've set up this whole template so that you could get over that and start actually recording artists properly. I'm like, oh shit, okay, yeah, maybe I need to try it.
Shit. Yeah, let me have a look. Let's see what it looks like.
And I can't lie, I've still never clicked on it since we had that chat. But I haven't actually recorded anyone since. Maybe is it the record audio template? I'm not sure.
Oh, there is Cheese.
Or the hip hop yeah, where does it say that?
Cheese is recording setup. I've never seen that before. Power user.
Is that more in line of what you're looking for in terms of recording?
I mean, I don't record a lot of vocals, but there are times when I do. And in the past, I've just set up my own template, so I've routed everything. Because FL is actually sick for routing. You can route like anything to anything. Like the way you can just like, you know, you can create like buses and side chains. You just click on one mixer and click on another one, and you can basically route anything anywhere. Not all DAWs can do that, so it does have the capabilities. It's just the initial setup can be kind of long.
Do you think, this just came to my head, the reason why these DAWs kind of stay within their lines is because each DAW slightly attracts a different user?
Yeah, maybe.
I guess because when you're really good at one thing, it's like keep going at that one thing rather than trying to appeal to everyone, and then you might forget about the things that people really like it for. I guess there's that.
Yeah, I don't know, because even the way you was talking about bussing in FL Studio and how it's very like seamless, but to me the way how it's bussed is weird, whereas like I like the bussing in Logic, but for you might think that's too rigid. It looks too not fluid enough, not flexible enough.
I probably would say it can get messy. It can get messy in FL. I think in Logic it's very seamless and like you know where everything's running, whereas in FL's, unless let's say like someone hands you a mix, you'd have to sit down with them and then be like, okay, this is routed to here, this is, you know what I mean, like you'd have to explain almost, whereas Logic's like you can kind of just see what's in front of you. It's all automatically routed to a mixer, and that's
true. It could definitely be a steeper learning curve, like getting into FL mixing and routing like that. I'm saying it now because I've been using it for years and I just kind of know exactly how it's set up, but I remember when I first pulled up FL, I was like, what the fuck is this? You'd like add a sound, it's like, why can't I add anything to this sound? And it's like, oh, you've got to add the sound and then you've got to route it to a mixer. Like in Logic, you just drop it there and it's just already routed, isn't it? It's just like you can pull up your effects and do whatever processing you need.
I think that I've just had like some terrible memories. You know when like you're cooking up in FL for like within like the first year and you don't really know what's going on, and like let's say you accidentally route something to the mixer and then you accidentally send it to another track, but you route it so that it duplicates the volume, you know, and you route it to the other track as well as, and you're like, why is the volume just doubled? Like I can't figure it. You know what I mean? The amount of times I've done that, I'd be like, oh, fuck's sake, can't figure this out. But yeah, I think we're deep into it now.
It's funny the learning curves we go through, isn't it?
Definitely.
Imagine, you know, when we first started our workflows back then, compared to
totally
now.
different.
I remember
Totally
like the first 6 months at least, I don't think I used any plugins in terms of effects. So I wasn't EQing, I wasn't reverbing or anything.
Damn.
Just
really?
straight raw sound for everything, just volume. I didn't
I
even
think
know.
I was the opposite, you know. I felt like I needed all the plugins. I was like, you know, when you first get into it, I was looking everywhere like, well, I just need more sounds, because it's one of those things. It's like, and when you know your shit, but you just think that the next tool is going to help you. So it's like, oh, this is why I'm shit, because I don't have this plugin and that plugin.
This recording template looks sick, by the way. It's
I couldn't find it. I was just scrolling through. Is it labeled as Cheese's template? Like, what's it?
Yeah.
What's the actual name? Was it on like start a new project on the right?
Yeah, if you go file new from template and then go on into
right,
the
like that.
power user, it says it's Cheese's recording setup. It's kind of long, but there is a tutorial in there. He's linked a tutorial in like a note, so you can. I guess he'll show you how to use it. But it looks like it's got everything.
And everything's rooted. Yeah, so that's how I used to. I'm sure this is like way more advanced, but you see, like in the playlist, in my vocal templates, you can route the tracks in the playlist to the mixes in the mixing rack. So then, obviously, anytime you drop like a vocal into like the lead section, it would automatically route to the lead in the mixer, kind of like how Logic's set up. But not everyone like knows that, so it's like, oh, I've got to drag this in, then I've got to click this and do that.
I guess it's hard because like in terms of marketing, like people are aware of that in Logic, and it's like that's what they go to it for, because for word of mouth, and it's been like that for years. Whereas with FL, they've set this up and it's there, and anyone can use it, and there's a tutorial shows you exactly how to use it. But it's like everyone's just like in that mindset of FL's good for drums, FL's good for trap drill beats, you know, making the drums hit hard, and they don't even think of it. So it's almost our own fault as well, isn't it?
Yeah, and I guess that's like hidden away, isn't it? Like even this vocal mixing template, not everyone's checking out the templates like that. Yeah. It's like you shouldn't even need a template. Like Logic people would be like, why do I need a template like that? Like anytime I start a new project, everything's just rooted anyway. So I could see why it's way easier for people than Logic.
Yeah.
Are you guys power users?
I don't know, actually.
I think so.
How'd you become an FL power user?
I think Sicky is, or he was. I don't know. He was on the manual for it as a power user.
I don't know how you see. They have a list of power users. I don't think I've ever checked.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But I'm guessing not, because they've never said anything. I would have thought, maybe if we've done some collabs, get me on the list.
Where's the list?
I just typed in FL Studio power user.
Oh, okay.
image-line.com/artists.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Murder Beats, Boy Wonder.
There's tons of people who use it, to be fair.
Oh yeah.
Take Eve, Sunny Digital, TM88. We're all searching for it now. I'm pretty sure Sicky was on there. You know, he was in like the manual for it or something.
I see Curtis King on here. I see Machiavelli.
Nice.
Jalil Beats.
Young Keo.
Trying to look for the the content creator ones.
I think Larry O's on there,
Chucky
isn't he?
Beats.
Young Keo, yeah. There's quite
Larry
a few.
O, of course. Tantu,
yeah boy.
It's time to get LLB and Cactus as a power user for sure.
Oh yeah, Cheese is on there as well.
Jeez.
That's a funny name, innit?
I know.
This is crazy. How's the video doing with Jay Soul, Jay?
10 out of 10.
Oh, great.
Yeah, to be fair, I tried a new thumbnail, was testing it, and the new style just wasn't working well. So I've changed it, and it's improved a bit. It's still 10 out of 10 right now. Yeah, could be a number of things. Like I uploaded 2 this week, and maybe people are just used to the 1 a week now. And yeah, maybe I need to switch up the thumbnail again. Although click-through rate is at 5.9%, so it's not too bad. Do you know what you guys usually get for click-through rate?
5.
It's been all over
something.
Yeah, same.
It's not that high.
I never seem to get like 10% or anything like that.
Mm.
I think the more views you get as well, like the wider it reaches, naturally the lower the click-through rate goes, just because they're showing it to so many people.
Yeah.
Usually if you have like a video that's not doing too many views, sometimes the click-through rate can be high, weirdly.
Well, yeah, I was just about to say...
Not actually recommending it to too many people.
The one I did with Kicks, the click-through rate was shocking. It was like 2-point-something%. When I switched it jumped up to like 3.8.
Yeah.
But then our reggae one that I've just dropped, views aren't doing well standard. It was like 8 out of 10. But now but the click-through rate was at like, is it 7.2%? And the watch time's really good. And it's crept up to 4 out of 10. But the views still aren't amazing, so...
Yeah, I feel like CTR is a bit hard to judge whether what's good, what's bad.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It really
it's not
depends
like
on how
anyone
many
ever
views
gets a 50% click-through rate or 10%. These numbers are so low.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to tell.
So yeah, it just
I
says
guess
views
it just comes down to views, isn't it? Did you get good views
Literally.
or not? I don't know about you guys, but can you tell? I can usually tell within the first 10 minutes if this video is going to do okay or not.
Yeah, definitely. I know from how many people are in my premiere.
Mm.
When my videos were like booming, you know, when your channel's sort of on the come up and there's that initial excitement, like some premieres would have like 300 people in there, and if it got to like 300, I was like, this video is going to go crazy, and I just knew straight away.
Yeah.
But these days, like, if I got like, if I get about 100 people in there, it's probably going to do quite well, or do all right. If you get like 150, I know it's going to like perform better than average. But yeah, I'm not getting that like 300 in there. Yeah? Yeah.
You're in there in the premiere.
Sometimes I miss it, but yeah, most weeks I'm there.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's quite good because people like to get some sort of access to you, maybe ask you some questions, or they just feel part of the community when everyone joins in. I see a lot of similar names in there, so they're quite good to use, really. I like it.
Yeah, you've been super consistent with with premieres. So that's been a whole time,
feature
right?
you've been using for time, isn't it?
Yeah, I feel like if you have the same upload schedule, like it's like the same day each week at the same time, it's quite good to use because people just kind of they remember that it's coming up, and then they start joining them.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's good that. Ocean, didn't you say that you had a few videos though where it'd be at like 10 out of 10? And then you'd check it like a week or like a month later and it'd just be on like crazy views. Like it'd just jump up all of a sudden.
Yeah. Sometimes my videos do that. Sometimes it will start on a 2 out of 10. And then 3 days later it's gone to like an 8 or a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
And vice versa. So usually for me it's better to wait a week and kind of analyze from there. But typically, I will know in the first 10 minutes. If it gets a certain amount of views within 10 minutes, then I know, okay, we're onto something here.
You know what the thing is as well, though? I feel like we need to stop focusing on views like too much sometimes.
Yeah, it's true.
Hitting that like 1 out of 10 that you get that dopamine hit, like we shouldn't get stressed out about the 10 out of 10s. I'm trying to learn to just accept it. Obviously, we can make some changes, maybe tweak the thumbnail and stuff, but ultimately, it's like, all right, what impact did that video have? Because it depends what you're trying to gain with videos, I think. So for people listening, it's like, all right, if you're really just trying to get as many subscribers as possible and many views as possible, then yeah, probably want to focus on that stuff. But if your intent's to like get sales, for example, then the highest viewed video isn't necessarily going to give you the most sales, because the highest viewed video might just be something quite broad and entertaining, whereas something more niche and just like hyper focused on one certain thing, you might just attract that exact audience you're looking for, and they're the people that will want to buy the product you're selling. Like, have you guys noticed that?
Yeah, definitely. I've seen it. I don't know if you was telling me this, but I was recently watching a video of another YouTuber, James Smith, and he was talking about his video that completely flopped, made him grands, in the first 24 hours because it was just super specific, basically.
Yeah.
So there's that side of YouTube too, where it's not so views based, but it's more just ultra specific, solving a problem kind of based, which I guess LB, that's kind of where you're trying to go to with your stuff anyway.
You know, it's funny, LB. I was watching so James Smith, he gets a lot of his information from Ed Lawrence.
I was just about to mention him.
I was watching Ed Lawrence, and then he was talking about Dark Label, who I think Dark Label.
I saw that video too.
Is it? It's like everyone follows in this like this same like sort of path in it. One guy starts it, one guy takes his course, then he starts a course, someone else takes his course, and it's like keeps trickling down.
Yeah. So he started the Dark Label thing, but he didn't know the YouTube stuff, so he found Ed Lawrence, who has a business off the back of YouTube, and he was like, don't worry about subscribers, it doesn't matter anymore, don't worry about viewership anymore, just focus on just appealing to that one target audience, give them all the value, and then keep it very simple, just straight to a call booking or just whatever that one offer is that you've got. And he even explained in that video, you've seen the video, like it's like people say you need to have a high ticket offer, a low ticket offer, a upsell, a downsell, a cross sell, you know, all this stuff, and it's like just throw all that stuff out the window and just simplify the process. It
makes me rethink everything. Yeah,
I guess it depends what you're doing YouTube for, innit? Because if you are just trying to make the money, I don't want to say it like that because it sounds like you're just grabbing money, but I don't mean it in that way. I just mean if you're optimized for business growth, then that way makes perfect sense. But if you're optimizing for brand and you want to, you can even optimize for brand within that still. But I mean, if you want to try and do like you're not necessarily making money from YouTube. It's more things outside of YouTube, whether that's like brand deals or selling your own clothing line. Like, for example, I don't know if you guys ever follow George Heaton or if you ever seen his stuff.
Not sure, actually. Oh,
but
okay, yeah.
He just vlogs his life basically as the Represent CEO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's that side of YouTube, or Chris Bumstead, for example, who's the bodybuilder. He's just selling like low ticket stuff, so I guess that'd be like supplements, maybe an app. But his video ideas are bigger, or just pure vlogs. Whereas it's not so super targeted. I think there's just
personality.
YouTube these days is for anyone, really, honestly, man. You can do anything. Like, there's no rules now. Before, you had to do the Mr. Beast stuff to succeed. Now it's like you can throw whatever up, and if it attracts an audience, it attracts an audience.
Yeah, it's just having the back end set up if that's what you're going for. Like, if you go for the business stuff, then it's super targeted. But if it's like Chris Bumstead, who's already got his career kind of in the bag, like he's making money outside of YouTube, it's fine. You can just vlog it and then show support, give his fans stuff they want, like low ticket stuff like merch and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because what I'm trying to say is that the broad side of YouTube still exists. The personalities like a Chunks or a Sidemen or that exists still if you want to do that, or if you just want to be super specific and more business focused, there's that side too, innit?
Yeah, you're right.
100%.
Yeah, because I guess obviously like you said with like James Smith, Ed Lawrence, anyone like that, their main focus is like growing their business and their main audience is other people who want to grow a business on YouTube. Whereas if you're doing like music production tutorials, it's like people aren't necessarily watching so that they can grow a business. They're just like trying to learn how to make music. When you're making music in a video, it's like you have to use all these different products to actually make the music. Whereas, so you're featuring everything in this video, so it's not hyper focused anyway. Because then when you have people like Ed Lawrence, they're literally just like talking, and everything kind of like goes back to their course or what they can provide. They're not like, oh, let me pull up this plugin and then pull up that plugin and then this and this. Oh, and I also have a course. Do you know what I mean? It's very. It feels like this is a lot more scattered.
And this one,
for sure.
I definitely feel like with music production, because we're creating something from nothing, it's quite intense.
Yeah.
Whereas they're just riffing. They can just talk. Yeah, you do this and you do that and you do this.
Or it's very scripted. It's like they'll plan a video for days, won't they?
Yeah, specific talking points and hooks, and it's very optimized for like retention and keeping people like interested, and
Yeah.
it's like it's almost like a sales script in a way, just them giving all the information out like a free presentation or like a free workshop, and then doing a little call to action at the end, even though there's a lot of value in the video. But yeah, it's kind of like geared towards that one offer.
We are giving value by showing our process of creating, but what I'm trying to say is we don't have the luxury of just sitting there and talking and riffing, even if we wanted to. We have to demonstrate, we have to create. Whereas like them, I feel like, I don't want to say it's easier because it's not necessarily easier. You have to have had the results and know what you're talking about. But it's just as simple as turning on a camera and being like, okay, so this is how we're going to make money. This is how you do it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I can't
You've got
tell
more
you.
control over where it's going, I think, with that style of video.
I can't tell you how to EQ. I need to show you how to EQ to get the frequencies right. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Or I need to show you how to make a good melody, and I need to make a good melody.
Yeah, but I was just like thinking though, we could, if it's tutorials, then you can't just talk to the camera and script it. Well, you can have talking points, but you still have to show them while you're doing it. But I think there is a way where you can talk about production in an overall, like almost like from like a workflow perspective, or like a mindset. Like I did a video on call and response, and I didn't touch my DAW. I don't think. Did I? Do you know what I mean? You can script it in that sense where it's like, okay, here's how to never run out of ideas. Here's how to do call and response. Like,
true. I guess I hear what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, like here's how to learn music production 10 times faster. Here's how to grow. I don't know. You know what I mean?
You could have like a 15-minute video just talking about the mindset getting into making a beat, where it's like before you've even opened the door, like the process before that. I guess it's
like
that
beat block and talking about like how to get inspired,
how to overcome certain things, and that is true.
Is this the lane that you guys would want to play on YouTube, in the sense of you're the expert or the authority?
I wouldn't say authority, but I'm trying to get into that lane where I'm not looking at my door as much, because then with that
make
style,
it easier.
Make it easier, and with that style of video, it's going to attract people to more of the mentorship offer as well. I think
that would make a lot more sense for what you're doing, for sure.
Yeah,
I think you'd attract a bit more of a mature audience that way as well.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas I feel like with Jay's, it's perfect for your business and the kit stuff. And obviously I've still got the kit stuff, but the sales aren't converting like that because of the style of video. Yeah. So it's like, it's just like, I think that style is going to work better for this offer. The tutorials definitely is going to work better for the sample pack business.
When I watch those guys and I hear about the success they've had, it really makes me rethink my whole business. I'm like, man, I really wish I just had like this one like high ticket offer that people are going for, because these guys are making millions. I'm like, man, it just looks.
Did you see when he showed his thing, and it was like 1 million something in his Stripe?
Well, this guy made like
in like 2
4
months.
million in a year or something. It was crazy.
Off just teaching people what he knows,
how to grow on YouTube and grow a business.
But also, I don't know. I feel like in that niche, when you teach people how to make money, you can charge a lot.
100%.
People are willing to spend that 15K on a YouTube course because they're business owners. I don't know, man. If music producers would spend 15K on a mentorship.
But
maybe I'm wrong. Hey, maybe I'm wrong, and I'd love to be proved wrong, honestly.
Let me say what that was. So when I do my calls with Dan, I was talking about that. I was like, so with the mentorship stuff, like most of these guys are going to be either early in the process, or they're just doing it as a hobby. They're a bit older, they've got a job, they just want to do it as a hobby. So I probably can't charge that much, right? Because they're not trying to make it a career. But some of them might be. But he was like, honestly, it's the opposite way around. He found with Dark Label, they can't charge. They hit a ceiling with how much they could charge for it, because most of the people that are coming to them are people trying to build a business. And he said people that are trying to build a business, some people have got a lot of money like spare in the business to invest, but you'll find that most of them come to them because they need help with the business, so they don't have the money to invest that much money. So they tried a higher price, they tried lower prices, but they found they could only charge a certain amount. Whereas they've got a guy inside of that helps him run that business who runs a mentorship, a production mentorship thing, and he's been charging crazy figures, like double what they charge for Dark Label, and they threw out an offer that was like a year long, and they got a crazy fee for that, you know, like in the tens of thousands, like I think it's like 15k or something. So when he said it, like when he explained it in that sense, I was like, yeah, that kind of makes sense, because all their clients need help with the business, which means they haven't got as much, you know, spare cash flow.
Is that mentorship for a whole year?
With Dark Label.
So that example that you gave with selling like 15k for a service, is that like a year's worth of?
Yeah, I think it was 6 months or a year. But like the benefit with doing the mentorship stuff is you can just tailor the offer. The offer doesn't have to be the same every time. Most of the time, you might you'll have your go-to offer where it's like, okay, it's 3k for 3 months, whatever. But yeah, you can just be like, oh yeah, this guy probably needs like a year to, you know, really develop. I can break it down, explain why it's this price, and he was just able to charge like a crazy amount because of it, just after doing the sales call with him.
Maybe so I just have a limiting block there. No, for real though, because sometimes I think to myself, man, if I was in the fitness niche, I would kill, because it's so easy to sell fitness. It's the same issues that people have. It's just the same. You're talking to the same pain point all the time. All you got to do is just change the vehicle of how you present it, but it's the same pain point that everybody has. And the same thing with making money, the same pain point. You just hammer it in. But I don't know if there's, I always thought like, man, do people really care to make music that badly? Make better music that badly that they're willing to pay that much?
Well, I think so, because some people are trying to get, some people are early in the process and they do want to get really good at music, but they're just like, they've either hit a wall where all the beats are starting to sound the same and they can't push past that point, or they're just super early and they want to learn faster and they're aware that, you know, they can't just be scrolling through tutorials, or they've tried doing tutorials and then they just don't learn like that. You know, they need someone to hold them accountable.
I could see the value in it, definitely. Like if I was like just starting off producing now, obviously there's YouTube tutorials and stuff, but if I had some money, like if I was working and I just really wanted to progress a bit faster because I didn't have like too much time to be going through all YouTube videos and stuff, then just paying to have access to someone could be so worth it. Because you know, everyone remembers what it was like starting off. You have like so many questions. You'll watch a video and it's like you just want to ask these questions, but no one's there to answer them. So even just paying to have access to people sometimes is like so much. It's so worth it.
You've got a great 100%. Point, because with music as well, the hardest thing is this beginning.
Yeah, for sure.
It's the start, and that's where most people quit, because it becomes a bit frustrating if you can't get it in the beginning.
Yeah, and you're not doing sessions like. I mean, remember, like, you know, when we first started doing sessions together, like how much did I learn from you, and how much like stuff did we just swap within those first few sessions? Obviously, we do sessions all the time now, but. You know, like in that first year of meeting with new people in person who've got experience, you just swap so much information. Whereas, in the beginning, you don't even have any contacts to do sessions with, and it's just hard to learn all that stuff in the right way, or like, you know, the most seamless way. So,
I'm so open to like buying courses, mentorships, like anything like that, because. You know, you can read your books, you can watch YouTube tutorials, but again, just having the access to someone is like, is so valuable, man. Because you might just have a specific question that no one else is really asking, or you just can't find the right answer for. That's kind of how I tailored my course. It's like, I know one like pushback I get all the time is like, why do I need a course if there's content on YouTube? But it is literally like, there's fucking thousands of videos on YouTube, but you might want to learn like this one specific thing that's like hidden in a video that has a bit of a random title because we're trying to serve the algorithm. It's like, are you going to go and watch 500 videos to try and find every single gem, or is it going to be better for you to just buy a course and then everything's just kind of mapped out? It's like, I want to learn mixing and I want to learn how to mix Afro drill. All right, let me go to that section and just watch the mixing video. You know what I mean? And then you also get access to like talk to people as well. Like I was even looking for like Ed Lawrence's course, because I was like, you know, this guy's got so much to say. I actually like it. I'm going to buy his course, but it's not even available right now. And then I was checking out James Smith's.
I'm guessing it's like 15k though, right? to get into his
It'd
program?
be quite expensive. Yeah.
I'm not sure. I know James Smith sells his course for like 2.5K, but then he has like a one-on-one mentorship for like 10K. And I know people will be buying that. The other person that I follow a lot is Alex Hormozy. He does something in Vegas where it's like a group mentorship. And I put in my details just to see what his email flow was and everything. I don't actually know how much that mentorship is, but I think cymatics are there. I just saw Stephen put up on his story that he's going to it. But I was looking at it as well. I was like, something like that might be worth it, because you never know what kind of information you're going to get there. It might be quite expensive, but you could hear one bit of information that might be life-changing.
Well, that's the thing. It's a lot of money up front, but when you realize, especially when you've got a business, so it's not like you're starting from scratch and like they pick their clients, so it's like they know they can make you X amount of money if they think you're a good fit. They're not going to take any random person on. So it might be 10K up front, but you with the stuff they have, the information they have, you can probably make that back in like 2 months. The dark label stuff, I made that back in December in like a week, just after doing the sales calls and them all coming through. Obviously it took a few weeks of setting up, but after that was all in place, it's like
sometimes we're blinded by our own stuff as well. Like we might not see something that's so simple and clear to someone else. I don't know if you guys watch Alex Hormozy's content, but he started this series where he helps people with their business. So for example, he'll have someone on, I think the first guest was like a personal stylist, and her target audience was like I guess like sort of like rich people in LA who need like a personal stylist. Maybe it's like CEOs who don't really know how to dress, so they've got the money to buy clothes but they just don't know what to do. And he'll like go through the business, he'll get her to like pull all the data, and he'll just look at it and be like, that's exactly where you're going wrong, and he just knows exactly what to fix. Like one example, I don't think from her, but something will be like, this guy's like, I just don't know how to grow the business, I'm thinking about starting this course and doing all this. And he's like, why are you trying to start a whole new business? He was like, let's have a look at your data. He was going through everything, and he's like, all right, Facebook ads right there, you were getting a 4 times ROAS, 4 times return on ad spend. He was like, but you only spent $1,000 last month, why can't you spend $5,000? And he's like, he didn't really know how to answer it. He was like,
we all need
why can't you spend $5,000?
We all need that Alex Hormozy eye on our business, man.
I'd love it, because he just knows how to look at everything, and it's all in the data. He was just saying like, everything's in the data. It's like, if you're not pulling your data, if you're not tracking where all the clicks are coming from, your conversion rate, everything, it's like, how do you know what to fix? But if you pulled everything, you can just kind of zoom out and be like, okay, that's where I'm going wrong. Maybe the landing page isn't converting well. Maybe my email marketing is a bit fucked. Maybe my product's just not right. But you don't know until you look at the data, right? So, man, it would just be good for someone like that to do it for us, because things can get a bit overwhelming when you're just thinking about things so much throughout the day. It's like maybe you're just missing something that's like right in front of you.
Mostly that's normally it, isn't it? It's just having that, it's just knowing how to look at your own data, like it's like a skill almost, like Alex Hormozy can look at that person's data and pick it apart straight away, whereas like we might, like one of like I might be able to look at that and be like, I don't know what the issue is, I'm just stressed now, I don't know what to do. So it's like, it's just being able to just zoom out and be like, having the stuff there, and it's good to like track everything as well, like, because you can track it with ads, but a lot of the stuff we do, you can't really track it. So that's another thing like the dark label help with. It was like, just track all the people you're reaching out to, how many invitations you're sending out for the mentorship stuff, and then we've got just plug it into this Excel spreadsheet. Then it'll tell you your percentages and how many you convert in, and then you can just say, if I want 5 new clients, I have to have 100 leads, or I have to do X amount of sales calls. And if you're not hitting those numbers, then that's your own fault. You have to put some more work in to get more leads, and but that's like, it simplifies the whole process. It kind of just relieves you of all that stress when you know how to look at just how to look at your own numbers, I guess.
I think it's a bit easier when you've just got like one service, one like main product or service, which is like, when you watch Alex Hormozy's stuff, 99% of the stuff he focuses on is like service based. But when you've got a whole like e-commerce store where you've got multiple landing pages and all these different products, it's a lot trickier, because you don't just have like one simple funnel that everyone's going through. You might have like one main like lead magnet or something like that, but every time you drop a bundle, you've got a new landing page that's like, right, tracking the data for like every single one. Things get a little bit complicated.
Yeah,
it just seems way more straightforward when you've got one main service, one main product, and it's like, right, yeah, it's a lot easier to kind of just see things there.
Yeah, it'd be good if kits were like as scarce as like some kind of service where you could just make one kit, like one landing page,
and just keep improving that kit. Yeah, just keep updating that kit like a course.
Yeah, exactly. You just keep building it, and then that'll be so much more stress free, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
but that's the market we're in, I guess.
Yeah, but it's good to think about though. Like,
yeah, definitely.
We go through phases, don't we? Sometimes we're like very music focused, and then it's like, all right, this year I've been a lot more business focused, but maybe in a couple months I'm going to be like back into music mode again. Yeah,
for sure. That's another tricky thing with music as well, isn't it? It's like there is the business side, but then it's also creative, so it's like you have to balance the two all like constantly. It's like it's almost split into two different games. It's like you've got to be getting good at music and just doing the thing you love doing, but at the same time, if you want to live from it, you have to take care of the business side too.
Yeah, it almost becomes like music's just our hobby on the side again. It's like, right, we're running a whole business now, and we get to play on our keyboards on the weekend.
Literally, man, literally. But no, I was just thinking, Jay, this is completely not relevant to what we're speaking about. But you said you might be doing the Ozbot video.
Oh yeah.
You could have an angle above your keyboard or something, like just a separate angle, because you can record the webcam. It's not as higher load, is it? You can just have one angle there, and then it won't be a huge file size. You can just put that on top of the video, and just whenever you need to cut to it, you can just
That's true. Just face it down.
Yeah, just over the head kind of angle. I was thinking of doing that for me as well. I was looking at just buying an Ozbot for that reason. So that could be a shot.
How would you clamp it above?
You can get so like you've got your monitor stand that you pin you brace to the back of your desk.
Yeah.
You can get a similar thing that's just a pole that goes up, and then like a right angle just goes over your thing, and you can attach an iPhone or camera. So you could probably find a way to attach an Ozbot to it.
Ozbot's the 4K cam motion. It's the those webcams that have like AI tracking. So if you like move around, it'll just follow you. They hit me up to do a sponsor. It's like an integrated ad. So I'm going to do it because I thought it might... I was actually looking at them a while back because I didn't always want to like pull out the big camera for like streaming and stuff. And I was getting issues with it. So I thought maybe like just having a webcam would be a lot easier. And when you've got like Zoom calls with people, obviously you use a laptop with a cam, don't you? So it's probably a bit easier. But if we've got like a Zoom call, I'm like, let me pull out the whole camera, and I've got like this big mic and everything. It just looks a bit intense. So
fair.
Yeah, I thought... I was looking at them a while back, but never bought one, and then they hit me up to collaborate. So it's like, yeah, I'm down, because I think people would like that. It's just like it might be a good way to get into like content creation and streaming and stuff. I like obviously test it first, but the quality looks sick. Like it's 4K, follows you around. It looks really good, to be honest.
It does look good. Kix has got one, and it is sick. You just need good lighting, which you already have. So it's like, they look really clean.
Yeah.
Nice.
And they're cheap for what they are. Like 4K tracks you around, and it's like 250 quid or something for the light one. 200, maybe.
I was interested because I was looking at the the DJI.
Yeah, those like 360 ones or 180 ones, whatever.
Nah, what's the thing called? The gimbal.
Osmo.
They got the gimbal now, which you attach
DJI.
the AI thing, and it tracks you, so that gimbal moves automatically.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Guys, I'm gonna have to run actually.
Oh yeah, cool.
Really need to set off.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Yeah, sorry to cut it short.
No, that's all good, man.
All right, yeah. Well, are you guys carrying on, or should we just wrap up?
We'll just wrap, because I gotta jump on a call in about 45 minutes as well. So.
Okay, cool.
If that's okay, Ocean.
Yeah, calm.
All right. Appreciate it, boys. And yeah, thanks everyone for listening. Hopefully you found this like business stuff useful. But we'll see you in the next one, man. Peace.
See you later.
Take care. See ya.